Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you. 700 million fraud allegation. Judge orders Ize-Iyamu to appear in court July 14, whether sick or not. Wow, this is serious. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time we're reaching you today. Thank you very much for continuous support and always being there. We want to say we really truly appreciate you. Well, we fed you with the news yesterday that Ize-Iyamu's he could not appear in court yesterday. He said he was sick, but his lawyer was in attendance. And the lawyer gave the judge and begged the judge to adjourn the case, gave the judge his medical certificate to say that he was ill and that he was unwell, unfit to appear in court. Well, as we're hearing now, the judge said whether sick or not, you have to appear in court. The judge said whether you are sick or not, appear in court by July the 14th. Anyway, guys, we'll keep you up to date as the matter unfolds. But right now, let's get into the case. Let's get into the news and get all the details. 700 million fraud allegation. Judge orders Ize-Iyamu to appear in court July 14th. A federal high court in Benin City has ordered the candidates of the All Progressive Congress in the September 19 elections in Edo State, Pastor Ize-Iyamu, to appear in court on Tuesday, July the 14th, over the alleged 700 million money laundering case that was hanging against him by the Economic and Financial Crime Commission. Remember the EFCC, the very person who even put all this against him. The EFCC boss has been replaced too, in case you are not aware. Anyway, we'll keep you up to that. So the EFCC, remember, we'll continue with the news. The news continues. We'll tell you what the judge said and everything that has been happening with this case. Yes. Now, Ize-Iyamu was a PDP candidate prior to all this. APC, you only know today. You don't know tomorrow. You can only see what you are saying now. You don't know 10 minutes later from now. That's why some people will sit down and after 10 minutes, they're in their house. Have you not heard that a car that is driving, we just drive into the house and all that? I'm just talking about a tragic, or somebody will just get a call and say, well, have you checked your phone? I just sent you 20,000 naira or 20 million naira. You don't know 10 minutes from now. You only know now. You don't know 1 hour. You don't know 2 years from now. So APC did not know that Ize-Iyamu will become their candidate. And the person of Adams Oshomole did not know that himself and Ize-Iyamu will become pally. Hence, he said everything he said in 2016. Those words, that is the manifesto, that is the very campaign material for a PDP as we speak. But let's continue. The judge had that the hearing of the pending motion challenging the jurisdiction of the court would be heard on July 14th after rejecting the oral request by the prolonged adjournment of the case by the counsel of Ize-Iyamu, who argued that the client will not be able to attend court because he is unwell and produced sick certificate. The judge said he has not obeyed the order of the court and has not been in court, and whether he's sick or not must be in court by July the 14th. Judge Gibia stated that the last time somebody was here, the judge made an order for the accused person to appear in court to face arrest. Earlier in his application to the court, counsel of the first defendant, Ize-Iyamu, Mr. Charles, told the court that his client was sick, therefore presented Ize-Iyamu's medical certificate, which was also admitted in court as evidence without obligation by the prosecution. The accused persons include former Deputy Governor of Edo State, Mr. Lucky Emoson, Mr. Efe Anthony, and others are facing an 8-year counts charge of money laundering to the tune of 700 million meant to prosecute the 2015 general election Speaking during an interview with journalists, Mr. Pascal, counsel to the second defendant, said the case was adjourned due to inability of the first defendant, Pastor Ize-Iyamu, who is sick at the moment and could not be present in court in person. And we are and we were served with a medical certificate to that effect of the first defendant who is sick and unable to attend court. We have to honor that, and the court has adjourned the case to July the 14th. Also speaking, Mr. Charles, counsel to Ize-Iyamu, said the case can't go on today. The court has adjourned the first defendant, and the court, in the circumstances, adjourned the matter to July the 14th for the hearing of the pending motion. We have a motion challenging the decision of the court, that is to hold on July the 14th, 2020. The first defendant motion is not the only motion in the suit. Other defendants also have their own motion challenging the decision of this honorable court. There was no threat to Ize-Iyamu's arrest, but the judge said that we should all be in court by July the 14th. Ize-Iyamu has never missed a court date. Pastor Ize-Iyamu will come to court if the circumstances and everything is correct. But as we speak, he's unwell. The law provides Ize-Iyamu protection if he's unwell and unfit to attend court. Responding to the court order, the EFCC prosecutor counsel, Mr. Ahmed, said the matter was adjourned consequently upon the application of the first defendant, who is unavailably absent in court, is said to be sick. The judge ordered Ize-Iyamu to appear in court by the next hearing, whether sick or unwell. Our respondent reports that unlike the prosecution, the previous hearing, security was relaxed during the court proceedings. Well, we'll continue with this news, but I just want to say something. We don't know if the EFCC chairman is being, we know that he has his own case, so don't get me wrong. Most of them are thieves, robbers, and the rest. So most of them are all looters. So politicians are politicians. They are who they are. We don't know if it is because of Ize-Iyamu that this guy is being winched on, because Buhari was the one who appointed him, and they've never found anything wrong with him using 40 million naira to rent a house, 43 million to decorate the place. They've not found anything wrong, but until now, probably they want to get him out of the way, put a new person who will eventually drop the case of Ize-Iyamu. By the time, because it's EFCC that is putting this case against him. If EFCC say we are dropping this case, then there is no cause for alarm. If EFCC say we have looked at our facts and we feel that is not there was no the legitimacy of him saying that the money was money laundering. We have checked our books and figure and found that there's no money laundering. Guess what? Ize-Iyamu is free, discharged, and acquitted, fit to contest in the September 19 election. We don't know. Again, it's still speculation, because as we speak now, the head of EFCC, Mogo, has been replaced. In case you don't know, we're going to report on that later on today. He's been thoroughly replaced. Yes? So the new person that they have put probably is with conditions to say, you know what? Those states must come back to Russell. So part of your first line of duty, don't forget that they said the Mogo was removing some documents from the files of people who were in EFCC nets. So we don't know if they will say, if that's the case, probably EFCC misfired, or they put a case on somebody they should not put a case on. So we don't know exactly. But let's continue with the news and get all the details. Yes? So my people, what is happening right now is that eventually we might get this case dropped by EFCC. Eventually, this case will be dropped by EFCC, whether you like it or yes. That is where it's going. It's going to be dropped. It's going to be dropped. So Ize-Iyamu not appearing in court yesterday was part of what he has been told. Don't appear in court. We are working on it. And for this man to be out of it, it's part of it. It's all part of the process. So don't be deceived. Don't be deceived. It's all part of the process. Yes? So at those states, the ball is in your court. The ball is in your court. You are at the end of the day, you are the ones to pick who will be your leader. But again, there are other indications that you might not get what you want. that they have put force men to make sure that they rig the election. Everybody, all eyes on deck, all hands keep up, and make sure that you are ready to make sure you get the best. Anyway, don't forget to like us, share, subscribe. God bless you. Have a fantastic day. Bye for now.